Howdy everybody, Crapshoot Clint here. Concluding the 720 roll dice set study I was looking at off of the 2451 dice set. It was one that I picked out because it was showing some lower than expected deviations for the 4 itself, which is what I'm focusing on. I'm trying to find one that I can use in specific situations, the first 3-4 rolls of a come out, so I can work to get some profits, pull everything back, and then play under those profits. My local is a $5 table, so I won't have to go very big to get enough profits to get maybe a 44, 64 small iron cross, $48 iron cross, something like that. But instead of having a large amount of money out there, instead of having the 110 that was always in jeopardy, this way here I've got something that'll actually cover the red too. So if the red comes, I'll have a large enough lay that it will counteract the loss of the box numbers. So looking at these deviations, and not to get into all the sigmas of the math, one standard deviation basically means that out of the 60 expected rolls, you're going to be less than 7 from the 60. So you'll have 53 or less. If you're in the second deviation, you'll have negative 15 or 45 or less. And third standard deviation is minus 22 or 38 or less. This would be a pretty large advantage. And whenever you get in there and look at it, it would be something that would be beneficial for you. So out of all of these dice sets, out of all 572 permeations, I found 10 with deviations that were at least the second standard. So the lowest one I found so far, I have not tested it yet, it seems too good to be true, is a 4115 dice set. So you'd have your hardway set here, your 4141. It would rotate up and in to make a 4115. That set in itself said that I should have 36 4s rolled out of that 720 dice sets. I mean, out of 720 rolls. Some of the other ones were the 1532, 2421, 3613, 1413, 2623, and 3512. Each of those had at least 20 less 4s than what was statistically there. Looking at red, because that's the other part of this, you kind of want to make sure that you can dodge to red too. I don't have anything that is unusually low, but I do have 3 sets that have shown slightly below normal, so I will test those 3 tonight. The 4115, the 1532, as well as the 2421, which will probably be the one I start with. So trying to simulate casino conditions, I've got the bowl with the identical dice. I've got enough chips here that if it were in the casino, it would add up to be 750. So 4 in black, 3 in green, and 10 in white. 10 in red. So the layout for this, I would set a lay at $250. That would be a $7 vig. It'd pay $125. I would come to the box numbers. and set them up. And my local is a $5 table. So I would have to do a pass line because I'd be the shooter. Definitely would not want to try this if we had the locals out there doing their local stuff. So hopefully that was a good enough explanation. We're going to throw 3 back in the bowl. Me not being the superstitious crap shooter that some people are, would just have told the stick man to just hand me 2 dice. It's not going to make much difference when I leave my hands anyhow. So with that, we're going to keep a counter. Let's go for 4 hits or 4 shots and see where we're at that point. So I'm going to start with a 2-4, 2-1 dice set, which again, it's a hard way deviant. The 2-4, 2-4. Rotate 1 die out, and this is the die set that it was saying that I should have. My danger is always the topside primary hit or a double pitch. So with that, and the way the dice are set up, I have one of the 2 permeations that's off of axis. So that'll help there in itself. All right, so with that, we'll go dice out. 1, 5, 6. So we'd say that would be a point of 6. 30 pays 35. And we'll set that there. The other reason that I went ahead and paid myself is your lay is always working, so you might as well work your bets with it. So now we have a point set at 6. We'll go back to the 2-4, 2-1, and dice are out. That's a 6-3-9. 25 pays 35. We'll mark the 9. Shot number 3, 2-4, 2-1. A 1-2-3. That's no help for me. Oh, shot 3. And shot 4. Never remember to do that stupid clicker. 5, 4, 9. So at this point, that would have paid another 35. Now I would tell the dealer to bring me down. I'd put all this back in the rack. And I'd be looking at 75, 85, 95, 105. Take 1 back, put it in the rack here. That covers my pass line bet. And I can say, we'll have 50 for profit and 50 for fun. And we could set that up as 44 inside. We could do the 6-8 field. We could do 4, 5, 9, 10. We could run it through the DC. There's several things that we could do here, but basically I just wanted to show that I was going to use this for this method here. We'll leave that there, and we'll reset. We'll bring all these down and start over. And we'll look at a different dice set. We'll act as if something happened, shooter passed, came back around to me. This time I'll try the 1532. Sorry, 1532. Not smart enough to figure that one out yet. That may be a 2V variant. Yeah, it looks like it. So this would be a 2V set. 1532. And again, the same thing. Primary top side, double pitch of the left dice. So I'd kind of be expecting roughly the same result. There, be there, be there, and there. Like I said, delay's always working, so your bets might as well work so you have the chance to get that extra hit. That's a 426. That's the point we started on the last time. We'll mark the point of 6. Now each one of these sets should throw a different set of numbers with it. So we had a 3 and a couple 9s on the other one, on the 2421. This is the 1532. Shot number 2. $617. I'm glad that happened this way. So we would technically lose all of these. And this would come down. And it would pay 1 for 2. They'd pay 125. We'll count it out this way. 120 and a $7 VIG. So 250 is still here. We had 135 plus pass line. And that gives us a modest $13 profit instead of losing the 135 on effectively a PSO. Like I said, this is a very short run through. I have a lot more data I need to get through. I've still got everything for finding what's the most that you can roll if you're needing to roll a 4 to hit the all or to hit the smalls. The 5, the 6, the 8, the 9, the 10, and even red. So there's times that you may want to throw a 7 because you've got a big lay out there. Or you've got a DC that's set up. Or if it's like one of my local casinos, they won't pay the ATS until the shooter 7's out. So whenever you're on the come out, you especially try to throw it hard then to get it so you can get back on it and still be shooting. So with that, this is my thoughts of how this should work. I'll do a much deeper dive into it once I get the rest of my numbers. But right now, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I have identified 10 different sets, and I'm thinking that they're all going to be close enough in variation that I should be able to find one of them that I really, really enjoy to throw. And hopefully I could have the 2-4-2-1 success. Again, this is Crapshoot Clint. Guaranteeing you'll never know what you're going to get from me yet. Bye.